Hello guys, welcome to the Express Apollo GraphQL tutorial. So we'll be building that, and if you watch the whole video, then I'll guarantee you'll learn like how to use it. And one thing more, like if you don't know what is GraphQL, then you should watch my other video like what is GraphQL and how to use with Node. After that, you come to Apollo server. You just directly don't like jump on the Apollo server. Okay, Apollo server is the second step in the Node Express GraphQL part. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay guys, let's start with building the backend with Express and Node and GraphQL Apollo. So if you haven't watched my older videos like how GraphQL and Node works, please watch that first, then come to Apollo server. So I have to install few dependencies, and that are Express obviously. Then we have Apollo dash Express dash server. Then we have Mongoose because we're gonna use MongoDB. Then we have one more thing, yeah, NodeMon. And yeah, I think that's GraphQL. One GraphQL is also because that's the main thing. Okay, new for Apollo Express server. Express Apollo. Acha, Apollo server. It's Apollo server Express. It's Apollo server Express and GraphQL. So these things are installing. Install pretty fast, bro. Let me start with the coding till the time it installing, because I think it will take time. Okay, yeah, so let me make a new file called index.js. Where's the file gone? What's happening? Yeah, now it's here. So we'll import const express equals to require express. Then we'll say const equals to require Apollo server express. Then we'll say const mongoose equals to require mongoose, and here we'll say Apollo server. Now here we'll say constant URL. So here we write our MongoDB URL to connect the database. So let me just move forward here. So I have built a cluster, so I'll just say connect and allow access from anywhere, add IP address, create database user. I'll say Zeno and password. Yeah, so this is my demo database. So choose a connection method. Then we'll go to application, Node.js, copy, close. Okay, so this is my like Cloud Atlas MongoDB, and I'll paste that here, and I'll change the password. Now we'll say mongoose dot connect, and here we'll give the URL. Now pass some key value pair, so we'll say use unified topology, we'll make it true. Then we'll say use new URL parser, we make it true. Then yeah, then we'll make a function out of it, and we'll say console.log db connected. Okay, this is the mongoose part, like MongoDB connection parts. Now start with the Apollo server. So we'll say start server. I'm making a function here, and then we'll say async because it should be async, it will take time. And we'll say constant app equals to express. Now here we'll make express model. Then we'll say const Apollo server equals to new Apollo server. Now here also we'll pass few things. We'll say type defs. Type def is basically where we write our queries and a schema, or type of schema look like. So the type defs is used for that, and resolver, as you already know, which resolve the queries. So please, if you haven't watched my GraphQL and Node, how does it work, then directly don't jump here. Firstly, watch that video, then come here. Now we'll say after this whole thing, yeah, that's pretty much, I think so. Yeah, so now after that we'll say await Apollo server to start. Okay, so much itching I'm having, I don't know. Then we'll say Apollo server dot apply middleware, and here we'll say app. Here you can give path also, on which path GraphQL will run. So you can like this, say slash GraphQL, or then whatever path you want to give on which GraphQL will run. By default it's slash GraphQL, so I'll remove it. So now we'll say app dot listen, and we'll say port 4000. We'll say console server up and running on port 4000. Let me save it. So now all things are done, but type defs and resolver are left. We have to define it because we will writing our queries there. So for type defs we have to import something, gql const gql equals to require, we'll say Apollo server express. So this is the boilerplate you have to do for the first time, obviously. Now here I'll define the gql. So I'll say const type defs equals to gql, and here let me just define for first one. So we'll say type query, and here we'll say hello, and that will return a string. Okay, and now come to resolve. These are the queries. Now come the resolvers. Now in resolvers what we'll do, we'll say const resolvers, and we'll say here, so it's a query, not a mutation, so we'll write query, and we'll write like this, and we'll say hello. So its function name is API name, whatever you want to say, hello, and it should return hello world. Return hello world. So like this is the like boilerplate you have to do for the first time. So let me just run it and check it. So nodemon, I think it will throw some error. Okay, it's running fine. So DB connected, obviously. Then server not started. What happened? Because it should print here server up and running. Okay, I have to call this function. It's a function. I always forget. And save it. Now if I check DB connected, server up and running. So DP connected should happen again, I think, because it was, this one is from the previous one na, so it should happen again. Let me just close it. Acha, it happened. Okay, DB also connected. So let me just go to the slash GraphQL and check. Localhost port 4000 say GraphQL. Okay, our playground is ready. So let me write some queries to check. So we'll say query, and here we'll say hello and hit it. So hello world. Everything is fine and running. So let's check our MongoDB database. Is there any collection or it's empty? Obviously it's empty because I've made a new one. So I'm just showing you. See, it's completely empty. Now we'll build a model. So we'll say post.js. So that's a MongoDB model that I'll be building. So we'll say const mongoose equals to require, and here we'll say mongoose, and we'll say constant post schema, and here we'll say new mongoose dot schema, and oh my here, yeah, type, we'll say name, it should be a string, then we'll say age, it should be also a string, it should in real integer but I am making a string, then age title, then we'll say country should be of string. Okay, let me just make for title and description only. So it should be a title, that should be a string, and then this description, that should be a string. So now afterwards what we'll do, we'll say const post equals to mongoose dot model, we'll say post, and here we'll say post schema, and here we'll say module dot exports equals to post. Yeah, so that's pretty much. So I'm just building a normal thing, title and description will be there, and ID that will be automatically created. Now here everything is done. So firstly I have to create data. So this thing, like if we write here everything, so that will bring so much of, like, you know, ups and downs, so much of data in one page. So we'll make another page for type defs.js, and we'll just cut it from here, paste it here, and cut this from here, paste it here, and we'll say module dot exports equals to type defs. Okay, same thing for the resolvers.js, and we'll come here, cut this out, put it here, and we'll say module dot exports resolvers, save it. And if I save it here also, so everything fine, but we have to import here also. So here we'll say const type defs equals to require type defs. Now same for the resolvers, and here we'll say and if I check it out, everything fine, cannot find module type defs, so it can't find modules type defs. So why acha, I have to give the like this path. Save it, let me check. Okay, server app and running, DB connected, I think. DB connected. So this is my database connection. What's happened, bro? Yeah, database connection. Okay, this whole part is a database connection, then here server connection and everything. Now you don't have to touch this index part, just save it and don't touch it. Now just close it like this. Now you have to do query define here, resolver here. We don't have to touch post also because model already defined. Now the first thing is fetch data from the database. Okay, so for that we'll write query, and here we'll say in query we want to fetch data, so we'll say get all all, so get all the data whatever in the database, and it should be of type post. So I have to define the post. Okay, so I'll say here, I'll say type, no, that's a query, not here. Here I'll say type post. So what will be I getting in type post? There will be an ID. So let me make it an ID because ID will be automatically created in MongoDB, you know. Then there will be a title that will be of string because ID will be of ID. So let me make it capital. Yeah, and title will be of string, and their description will be of also string. Okay, so this will how we will do. ID will be capital. Okay, so I am telling ID will be of ID, string, title will be string, and description will be string. So we can see we have title and description. So we are defining our like how would a schema look like, and here we'll say get all array of post. If I do this, so it will just send single object, and now it will send whole array of objects. Now we have to resolve it in the resolver, so its name is get all. So we'll come here in query, we'll say get all. Okay, but now we have I have to fetch from the MongoDB. Okay, so here we have to const post equals to require, and we'll say dot slash post. So we'll just like imported the model, and we'll say we'll make a async because we are fetching, because it will take time, and we'll say return post dot find, and we'll say await till the data comes back. Okay, everything's fine. Now let's just check the it's up and running. I think nothing problem. If I come here, reload it, fetch hello world, and if I fetch get all the data users whatever you have, hit it, so error because I have to define what fields I want in return. So in return, like in hello we haven't defined because in hello it's just a string, so there is not a format of string will be always like in double quotes whatever you write, but object have some like a structure. So I want to tell which fields I need, so I'll say I need title, I'll need ID and title. Okay, these two things I need, and if I hit it, so I'm getting an empty because the database is empty because I haven't pushed anything there. I can write description also, description, that's all will give me empty because it's totally empty. Now comes part for the create. So we'll come here. Now query is for reading. Now for mutation we use mutation, like creation is type of mutation, so we'll say type mutation And now in this we'll say create post. So we'll create a post. Okay, it's like a blog. We are title and description, we're just creating a post normal. So we'll come telling it will come a post, and the type will be of post input. Okay, and in return I want the post. Okay, so when someone will post this data, so in return I want the same object back. Okay, post object back. Whatever I return, this should be of object post. Now here I have to define what is post input. So this is the input type I'll get, so I have to define it. So I'll say input, we'll say type post, not type, it's input, post input. And here we'll say title string, then we will have description string. Okay, so I'm telling we'll have an input of title and description, but we are not writing id because id will be getting from back there. So that's why we could have directly written post like this, but we can't write because we are not giving id, we're just giving title and description, and also it's an input, so it will be input. Instead of writing like, we can also write like this, title, then it will be a string, then description, shun, whatever spelling it is. So we could have written like this, but it should be so lengthy. Like if you have 10 key value, then it will take time, like it will be so lengthy. Just define here our input type will be like this, and it will come as a post, and it will have a key called post. So there will be a key called post, and we'll do the post input. Okay, so let's get to the resolvers. And in resolver we say create post, and here what things will be receiving, we'll receive parent, then we'll receive args, then we receive context, then we receive info. These 4 things we'll receive, I think. And we'll take constant title and description, title comma description from args dot post. So because we were post this whole object, sorry, where it's gone, this post key will have this whole object. Okay, you can see this whole title and description will have the object. So I'm directly telling args dot post will give me title and description. Then I'll say constant post equals to await. Now I'll save it, await new, in the database post, title will be title, then there will be no, like it's like title, then will be description, and then I'll say save, and whatever return I'll get, I'll return post. Okay, so here I'll telling there will be a key called post, and I will get a post input. Post input will be having title and description key value pair, and should return a post. So return a post will be id, title and description. Okay, so here from args.post I'll get the title description, save it, and in return I'll get id, title and description. So let us save it. Now hit it back, reload it. Okay, some error, I think I caught up. Wait, okay, I didn't make it async. I think from Node.js 16th version or what, there is no required to use async. You can just directly write await. Okay, defining but not in query dot create post is defined in resolvers, but not in query type mutation. Okay, let me check whether it's loading or not. Okay, there's some error. It's showing query dot create post is defined in resolver but not in schema. So we define in resolvers that write create post create, create post, but in schema we also define it create post, create post post, and we receive post input, return back is post. Everything is same. Okay guys, I got the error, sorry. So this is mutation, so we are writing in query, so we have to write in mutation. So let me just cut this part, and here instead of query we'll write mutation. So we'll say mutation, okay, and then we'll write like this, and we'll just paste this here. Now it will be okay, I think. See, server up and running, DB connected. See, now it's no error because it's a mutation. Just cut the create post and post paste in mutation. Now if I go here, reload this, now it's working very fine. Now if I fetch data, empty array, now I have need to do post it. So I'll say mutation. What the type of mutation is? Create post. Okay, so how create post is accepting data, there will be a post key and post input will be a key value pairs. Okay, yeah, so we'll say post and there will be a key value pair. So we'll say title, we'll like this is my first post, our title. Okay, and description will have this is my first description. In return will be needing, so in return I need ID and title and description. Okay, let me just put an enter here. So I'm just doing post as a key, then there will be title, description, and in turn we'll be getting ID, title, description. Okay, normal. So let's just hit it. So see, we got ID also because data got saved. If you go here, refresh this. My back is paining very much. So we got object ID. This is my first title. This is my first description. And here, sorry guys, where it is, yeah, so here you can see this is my first title, this is my first description. So now if I wrote it to like second, 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 and here also I'll give second. If I hit it, now this is my second. Now if I fetch these data with the query, because we got two objects, reset. See, we got two objects, this is second, this is first. So we got the array of objects, get all, my first title, my first description, my second title, my second description. Now I only want title, not description and ID. I don't need it. I'll just remove this. I just remove this and just hit it. Now I'll get only title. So that's so much good, nah? Now same thing for, hit it again. Now we'll update it. So for updating we need ID because we'll be updating with the ID. So let's just go back into type defs. Now we have to update it. So we'll say update post. Okay, so we'll updating it. So we'll say update post. Now here we'll get an ID that will be of string because we'll give the ID for updating, and the updated post, like whatever we want to update it, so that will be also post input because we'll be giving title and description, that will be of post input only, and ID will be string. Okay, and in return I want the post back. Okay, so let me just save it, go here and copy something like this only because we'll be using something like this, and here paste it, and instead of create you say update and here you say constant id, because we'll be getting id also. We can just grab it from the arguments args, and title description from the arguments dot post. The argument dot post will get the id post. Then we'll say const await new post title comma description. We have to post and we have to update it now, so we'll say find by id and update. And firstly we'll give the id we got above, comma title description and new true. So new true we are passing it because give me whatever the updated data is, so I can just return it back. And remove dot save and return the post. So normal, we are taking the id, then the post title description, then we are saying find by id and update, passing the id, passing the title description and new true, so we can get back the new object. So we'll just get here, and this copy something like this, paste it, and here we'll see, and we have to edit like, okay, yeah. So now let me just remove this. So we'll say update post, and here we'll give the id. So what our id is, so id, suppose I want to update the second post, so I'll just, and what is the updated data? Updated data should be title and description, or which will I write as, to remove this, this this is my updated title, this is my updated description. So here I'm passing the id is this, then we are passing the post title and description, and in return I want these things back. Okay, if I hit it run, model environment cannot run without a model, as this make sure you are not calling new model. Okay, there's some error at the back end. Okay, we can't do new, yeah, it was right, so it's restarting. Yeah, db connected. Okay, now hit it. So we got the updated title and updated description. Now if I just like comment it out, now if I fetch all datas, first title, first description, updated title, updated description. So that's how you can update. Now comes the deletion part. That's my spinal cord is like so much paining. So now come to updation parts, like deletion. So we'll say delete post, and here we'll take id and it will be of string, and we'll return the string because it already got deleted, so we won't return post because already got deleted. So here instead of doing these things, we just write delete post. Okay, we'll async it, and then we'll say, okay, we'll say we'll take all this again as an input parameter, then we'll say constant id equals to argument, then we'll say await dot post find, not await dot post, sorry, post dot find by id and delete, and we'll just pass the id and return deleted. So we just save it. So now comes the deletion part. So we'll say mutation, we'll say delete post, and here we'll pass the ID. So I want my first ID to be deleted, first post, so I'll just pass it here. Okay, now if I hit it, oh, some error is there, what? Okay, mutations I wrote, so it should be mutation deleted. Now if I fetch, we can find the updated one only. Yeah, so this is the updated title, updated description. So that's all for the CRUD operation, guys.